You still there? Just want to make sure I didn't crash out the party. Katie. Hey. Laptop's being stupid.
No. No comment there.
Hostile UAV spotted.
Won't be completely nice.
Counter UAV authorization outright.
Drone overhead. Counter surveillance active. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Midway. Fuel check complete.
That's in Nuketown, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a kill.
Yep.
That's a kill. Threat out. Target down. Mission pulse ready. Target engaged.
Welcome back. What happened? Your neck acting up again?
Break down. Ambush that motherfucker. Enforcer down. EKIA.
Counter UAV on standby.
So did you beat Saints Row already?
Prey down.
Lightning strike on standby.
Wasted. Request.
No, I didn't.
She's blocked.
Nah, I got tired of it irritating me with not being able to join and stuff, and so I haven't been on. I was waiting on you to level up some.
Counter UAV awaiting orders.
What level are you on there?
On Saints Row? 47.
Lightning strike on standby.
Pretty close. 39.
Face awaiting orders.
Ruin down.
I'm trying to get my stock back so I can get more money.
Wasted.
The phone that died.
So that'll be
This phone got lost.
kill that kill.
That phone took.
Damn it! How did I miss it?
Yeah.
Face awaiting orders.
Did she change her name?
Who?
Hi.
Oni, you mean? Wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised. She's always changing her name.
She did. Her name is Coda now.
Again, she goes and changes her name. I swear.
I can Yeah, but you're not a major creator like Coda is. Oh.
Sending lightning strike target. Threat neutralized.
Acknowledged on 411.
There's one activity you might have to do for me. Because I fucking suck at it.
What activity?
It's the Rift speed run.
Oh, that.
Oh,
Lightning strike on standby.
I like that.
I've tried it like 6 different times and I can't even get past bronze.
The purple cement. No, but Greg, I gotta tell you something on Skype real quick.
Handle 1-2 Bravo Zulu. Rising. Face awaiting orders.
Nomad KIA. Prey down.
Counter UAV on standby.
That's the most cement.
Strike on standby.
Like me and you right now, we're kind of matching.
Yeah.
You like my outfit?
Yeah.
Anvil 1-1, hit confirmed.
Hey, baby, when you get a chance, read Skype.
No problem.
Back, back,
Ow! 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 My ass is going.
back down.
Target spotted.
101 fucking target. Serious? I just let them all come out.
Battery wasted.
Okay, Sissy, I'll help you in 1 second. I'll be able to stop. Go ahead. Take your time.
Oh, I don't have it on.
Hey.
I gotta do
I would explain why I didn't hear it.
Tell him to give you the creator's name of that outfit that he had on, and look there.
something.
Okay.
Oh, you want the
Yeah.
outfit? Oh,
Pulse ready. Smoke.
try this again.
Counter UAV awaiting orders.
Hey.
Standby.
Back off. Lightning strike on my targets.
That's not in my category.
There's a faster way to do this, but I really don't fucking care.
666, winner 6 came easy. Casino 2-4.
I do not Who's this now? Sorry, it's just people.
Target down.
Oh, LC.
I don't know who that came in there.
Mission pulse ready.
That sparkles on our
Counter
account.
UAV awaiting orders.
Oh, Lord. You don't have that one banned, so. Lucky.
Down.
Lightning strike awaiting coordinates.
Maybe I do now.
EKIA.
Brave awaiting orders.
No.
What?
I'm not gonna do that.
Pulse ready. Smoking.
This is bad.
Oh.
Inside.
Down.
Oh, it's under that creator.
Battery wasted.
I actually like the creator though.
Dang it! I do that on my mail every time. Oh. Yeah. Email every no. Moaning. Okay then. I mean, we know you're sexual and all, but you like moaning?
Authorizing rape drone release.
Oh, you wanna know what Sparkles gave me one day?
Damn, babe, we know that she likes moaning for Darcy now. Oh God.
I'm gonna whisper this to you because I really don't want Sparkles having.
I thought you just said she gave it to you.
Damn it.
Oh lord. That makes no sense.
The creator of the pants that I got on.
Oh, well, I'm helping her with couple steps, but I'm also dealing with something else right now, so.
Thank you, baby.
And this is something that needed to be dealt with.
Okay. Ooh. Ooh, I like that.
I got a lot of that person's stuff.
Roger that.
I really don't want to unblock her.
Well, then don't. Tell her that she's got work to do or something. I don't know. Just yell at her.
Really don't want to me. I really don't want to
Counter
unblock
UAV
her.
awaiting orders.
Well, tell her you don't want to.
I mean, you don't have to unblock anyone that you don't want to, honestly, sis.
Hits. I.
It's your right.
I didn't do nothing.
Baby! Oh my god. Yeah, let's go.
What the heck?
What?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No way.
What?
You trying to add me?
Ooh.
Purple.
Of course you did. What's she gonna do? Try and steal your outfit like she does, like she tried to do mine?
Like I said.
She asked me to open up my outfits just last night.
Smack that bitch. Smack that bitch.
I told her no.
Like,
I'm sorry, but I'm not. Too late. I'm not too late. I don't hold my mouth. Oh.
hey, watch what I'm about to say.
Baby.
Shot out.
I love you, baby. What?
Counter UAV awaiting orders.
Wasted.
Lightning strike on standby.
Tack on. Lightning strike on my targets.
You're gonna hear an earful from Jenny, though. Just know that.
About? What's Jeannie gonna say?
Battery down.
Me and him. Getting
It doesn't matter. She sat there and tried to break her word in the first place about it.
Yeah, I know.
One thing I will not do, I will not let the car come back. No matter what comes along.
Lightning strike on standby.
Oh my god, so close. Ah, fuck my.
Sending lightning strike targets.
those tracks for the Rift speed races, those are hard, but they're eventually able to be figured out.
Like I said, I tried them like 6 different times and I couldn't get past bronze.
You couldn't get past what?
Bronze?
There's no really anything wrong, but that is my system. And
But
that
she pissed me off. She pissed me off yesterday, and it was her fault.
Take my sister off. My sister's off.
Counter UAV awaiting orders.
Really get on the good side.
And she pooped.
So,
I have my sounds off on IMVU Plus. I'm not in the room, so I just did. I think I got back on, but I'm not sure. Nope, I didn't log back on yet.
Since my internet crashed.
That reminds me, I sent you a friend request again.
Battery waste.
Hang on, I'm gonna
Yeah.
make you,
On Twisted Psycho, and I think I'm a man.
I'm not making it. Yeah, that's another thing I have.
yeah, I have to go in and change the picture of my room, a couple of my rooms.
I didn't see one.
Well, I sent it. You probably still have me blocked.
See UAV out here.
No, I don't. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get into your room.
Slowed him
That's
down.
why I wasn't able to get into your room that one day. Because I still had you blocked and didn't realize it.
I do have a juggalo room.
Really?
Yep.
She likes that stuff.
You want to see the outfit I put together myself?
Okay.
Let me finish doing this real quick.
Alright, good.
She's gone.
I'll worry about changing the name and pictures and stuff later. And I'm just trying to get you added as mods. And with my computer lagging like it is, it's hard to do it.
Lightning strike awaiting coordinates. Commencing strike.
Why are you saying math for?
Nice work, Admiral 1-1.
Well, you normally do. You normally do say it because of that.
The one thing Kim can tell you, I park on IMVU a lot.
Kim is not here right now.
And why ain't you?
Doing something. Kim is currently standing up for Jody at the moment, but I'll explain that
With
later.
Angel?
Mhm.
What's Angel got to say? Considering she supposedly forgave my attitude.
She's not your twin anymore. She's still upset about the fact that you yelled at her.
Technically, I didn't yell at her.
Counter UAV awaiting
I just told her how it was going to be because she sat there and treated me like shit.
I told her the truth. I said, I don't know what happened between you and her and Katie and all that. That I wasn't in the drama, that it's between y'all. And then she's like, well, some things were said on both sides and they weren't nice, because I told her, I said, yes, I said things about her. And admitted I said them. And she said, well, you know, it's okay. A lot of people have been doing wrong lately. And then I told her, because she had said the things that you had supposedly said about me. And I told her, I said, honestly, I don't really care about what you said before because you were mad as well as I was. And things are said because people are mad. I said, you know, that's just the way it is. She said, well, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm always here. And I said, thanks. And then we're over here talking about, we're talking about how she had said that you had said things about me, and I said, well, to be honest, the things that he said was because he was mad, and some of them were true, yes. Other ones, he was spouting off because he was mad as crap. And then she asked me about the little things, because I told her about what was said there. And she asked me about it, and I said, do I have pacifiers? Sure.
Oh my God.
Do I have sippy cups? Sure, but it's the adult sippy cups now. I said, and the only reason I have the pacifiers is because I grind my teeth at night. And she said, oh. She said, well, you can get mouth guards.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're saying the things that you said are not, you know, they're not nice. And I told her, I said, I wasn't here, you could talk to me, but I wasn't there for drama, you know, because she invited me, and I was like, okay, I guess she didn't want to talk to me. But she had said
Oh,
that you
Angel
were
pulled
mean, and I
hers,
said,
so.
well, the reason you were mean when it came to me is I deserved it.
Oh, I can't remember.
Well, I
But
mean,
I told her as far as the 20 thing goes, that's between y'all. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. All I know is about what's happening now.
fact of the matter is that Angel started it. So, like I told you, she starts stuff.
So I told her, I said, I'm not into drama.
She did in the family chat, and she did in the whole thing. Just
I
saying.
told her the reason that you and I are working now.
She's the one that
is
started
because
the
we're
argument in
back-
the first place. In that family chat, Katie.
Lightning strike on
And then
It's
when
because
she
of the
started sitting there and treating me like dirt beneath her feet over a simple request. Yeah, I snapped, but the fact of the matter is she snapped. No, it wasn't. And I'm not going to go through this again with you.
discussing this still. I thought it was over and done with.
Because Angel brought it up to Kimmy. That's why. And you're sitting there trying to take up for Angel when she's the one that brought it up in the room and after you left the room.
I have the whole chat log.
Well, send me the chat log then. Because the fact of the matter is, Angel's the one that brought it up and stuff, not you.
Why are you bringing in shit to Kimmy?
Yeah, she brought up the fact that you were mean and that you weren't her twin because you went off on her. She brought it up, yes.
She went off on me first. Technically.
Hey, let me finish what I was typing her.
Yeah, I heard you.
Let me ask this. Who went off on who first?
I mean, she went off on me when I simply made a request about the whole thing. Yeah, I sit there and said what I did the way I did, but it didn't mean I went off on her first. It's just how I talk to people.
Yeah, originally the whole conversation started on how she asked me if I wanted to talk to her, and I said I wanted to say sorry to her, and then she said, well, take my word and think on them. And she was telling me that you were mean and was talking shit about me.
Well, technically she is.
said that you would
She's
went
on my
off
Twisted
her.
Psycho account, so technically she is.
I was like, and what does that still have to do with Kimmy?
If I can find my juggle. Oh, no.
I was like, why put in a picture? Why did Kimmy fucking accept the invite?
I don't know.
Room. A juggle bit that I put together myself.
Kimmy does that.
Wait, stand by.
Oh, well.
First, me and Corey were talking in chat, and out of nowhere, Jody came came out flying off the handle saying we're disturbing him in chat.
Yeah, she was, because I was trying to get stuff done and the notifications kept popping up. And because of the way I was talking, which I can't help, it's how I actually talk. It's just a normal way of me talking. And she took it as me griping and bitching and whatever she wants to call it. And starting shit, which I didn't technically start anything because I was just talking normal for my way of talking. So that's on her to sit there and act like I started shit, but the point is I didn't. I was talking normal for me. Oh, when Angel stops lying.
She isn't fucking lying.
She is, because I didn't start shit. And technically she's saying she's not on my friends list.
Oh my god.
Chat never said anything and didn't care. She already started bitching more at me because I didn't know his name.
No, I started bitching at her because of the fact that she sat there and got rude with me for no reason. When all I did was talk normal to her the way I talk normal. That's why I got irritated, just because she sat there and started treating me like dirt beneath her feet when I'm not dirt beneath anyone's feet. And I don't tolerate that shit. Not just that, I was off my medicine a little bit. Do what? No, I wasn't.
Yeah, she overreacted with, you know.
Technically I wasn't, because I was talking like a normal person in my way.
You let me talk.
Yeah, but don't cuss at me. Learn how to talk with your without cussing to me.
Ah, you know me at all?
Yeah, well, I don't care. The point is, you don't cuss at me. Period.
Granted, the reason why she reacted so badly was because she thought you were singling her out.
I know he's gonna like that one.
Exactly.
On her, but still,
Enforcer down.
could have been a little bit nicer.
I was nicer until she got rude.
No, I meant with the first comment.
The first comment was normal talk for me. So technically I wasn't mean at all.
You basically told everybody to shut up.
No, I
Not
didn't.
being nice.
I told people that they needed to chill out with the way they were spamming the chat.
And that sending so many messages is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's not telling people to shut up. That's me talking normal and saying how I say things. There's a difference in being rude and telling people to shut up and actually sitting there saying that they're spamming the chat and it's the comments are getting in my way of doing what I was trying to do. Considering I was doing what I was doing to try and spend more time with you. So, and then you sat there and defended them whenever they started shit.
I got onto them as well, so don't give me that bullshit.
Yeah, you did. And I can give you that all I want because the fact is you took their side over mine whenever they sat there and did what they did, being rude first. When I sat there and tried to simply say things the way I talk. That's not being rude in my end because the fact of the matter is that's just how I talk.
So, you could have been a little bit nicer.
I was speaking normal for myself. So no, I couldn't talk any nicer because I told you, I'm brutally honest and I don't care about anyone's feelings when it comes to how I talk.
Ambush that.
Because the simple fact is, nobody cares about my feelings when they talk. So if you don't like it, I don't fucking care. They still started it, that's the point.
You're never gonna fucking listen to me, so it doesn't matter.
I did listen to you. The fact of the matter is you took your friend's side that don't even treat you right.
And I apologized for it.
Yes, you did, which is why
This shit still brings me up.
because Angel brought it up. And you're sitting there defending
And
Angel.
I told Angel to fucking stop.
Yes, you did. So don't be jumping my ass about something she started.
Something that didn't even pertain to her.
It does pertain to her because she's the one that brought it up.
No, I meant Kimmy.
She came to me, I didn't say
She came to her.
you or anybody. All I did was say sorry and
I get that.
she started talking about how you were
Bitch
moving
at
why.
her for something that
I
didn't
didn't say nothing about you.
Right, I understand that.
She isn't answering me now, so apparently she's fucking pissed off.
Of course she is, because she got caught doing something she shouldn't. That's why she's pissed off, because she got caught doing something she shouldn't. And now that she's caught doing something creating drama, now she's upset. That's her own fault. Just like what she did in the chat was her fault. She should have learned that that's how I talk.
What she did was your fault, or her fault, and what you did was your fault, and what Sam did was his fault.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is, I wasn't being rude. I was talking normal from my end. That was how I talk. That wasn't me being rude. That was me simply talking how I talk. And I don't really care how people assume that I'm sitting there talking rude when I'm sitting there talking normal from my end. That's normal for me. And that's what you don't get. That's not rude on my end because that's how I talk.
But you can't treat people like shit.
I didn't. I was sitting there getting treated like shit by your friends and you defended them for it. Just like Sam, for instance. He sat there and told me to learn my fucking place? My fucking place? Really?
Fucking told you. Like, motherfucker, you don't say shit to anybody.
Talk to me like that. Unless he wants to get treated like
Shouldn't talk
shit.
to anybody like that.
Exactly. And so I told him to learn his place because the fact of the matter is he sat there and treated me like shit from the start because he was jealous.
I'm just fucking there.
Yeah, I know.
No, not you.
I know. That's why I said that. I know. Kimmy said that you had just left the room.
I mean, I sent you the chat if she wants to see it.
Do you want to see the chat log, Katie? She sent me the chat. Okay.
And I'm still in the room if she wants actual screenshots of it. I mean, I didn't alter it.
I
Oh my
mean,
god, I'm just gonna stand next to him.
But I'm not gonna sit here and listen to her tell me that you were talking bad and then not expect me to say, okay, you were doing it because of this, and then bring up the fact that you're mean because you went off on her, that's why you're not her twin anymore. I'm not gonna
but I wasn't mean. I told her off because she sat there and treated me like shit in the chat when I didn't even do anything wrong. I did things wrong afterwards because of how she treated me, yes. But it wasn't until after she treated me how she did that I said the things I did.
Angel says Kimmy asked about the chat.
No, she didn't.
That's what Angel said. She asked what happened.
Well, I got the chat log, so I'll look at it here in a minute after this match is over on Black Ops 3. And we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Which means that technically Angel's lying.
The only thing I brought up is after she said it and we were talking, I said, let me ask you this, who went off on who first?
Therefore, you didn't ask about the chat. You were asking who went off on the other one first. Which she's gonna, of course, say I went off first.
She did, and then I said, okay.
Exactly.
Well, I said, I don't know about that pretty much. And that you had pretty
Yeah,
much,
but that's
from
the
what I had
thing.
told
Technically, Angel brought it up first, if you think about it, because she sat there and brought up something that had to do with it.
Yeah, she said.
And then
said
she
that
asked
you
about it.
dated and went off on her, and she wasn't your twin because I told
Wanted?
her when I came in
Angel contacted her, not the other way around.
that I needed to get along with Angel because she was your twin. That's the reason she invited me, was to ask what I needed to say. And I came in and said I wasn't there for drama, that I just wanted to say sorry to her because I had said some things. And then she's the one that said, take my words like this, and then told me that you were mean, and that she would talk shit about
Bull
me.
crap, she
and
won't.
that I said that you
A liar is a liar.
Would you just believe me?
I do believe you, but the fact of the matter is I don't believe Angel.
Can't sing all. It hasn't been catchy.
Just because I apologize to her doesn't mean I have to forgive her.
She goes, yeah, she messaged me first. I showed you the message before.
Well, apparently she didn't forgive you from this because she was.
Well, she doesn't have to forgive me. I don't really fucking care, to be honest, because the fact of the matter is Angel started with me and treated me like dirt beneath her feet.
Oh,
According to what I'm being told, she forgave me, she just doesn't. It's not what I'm hearing. And I could always look at the messages and find out. No, they can't.
Well, I'm finished more. No, I'm still in the room.
Yes, I know, but I have access to her account too.
And I have the extra one. I'm in the room.
True.
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to start anything.
Yeah, I know. But the point is, Angel also lied to you about the chat. Technically, because of the way she sat there and said that I started it.
Because Kimmy did ask about it.
No, I'm talking about beforehand. When you said that I was a shit starter. They sat there and came to you saying shit, and then I got called a shit starter when I wasn't the one that started it. Yeah, and I spoke normal from my end. That wasn't me starting shit. That was me simply saying that they're spamming a chat and the notifications are getting in my way to where I can't do anything. That wasn't shit starting.
But this is the second time that happened, so of course she would react that way.
Well, she reacted that way the first time too, though. That's the thing. So technically she was wrong for how she treated me in the first place.
Good fact. Acknowledge.
She basically thought that every time that she spoke, you would have something to say.
Yeah.
Well, technically I did have something to say because she always said something that was rude. When all I was doing is speaking normal on my end. For how I talk. It's just normal for how I talk. I mean, how is it me being rude when I'm sitting there talking the way I'm used to talking? You know, it's just how I'm used to talking. They do, because I talk the same way in the chats in IMVU. Every day, I always spoke like that. So, I mean, actually Angel did. Angel was always talking around me and knew that. So she did know. But the point is, she sat there and chose to treat me like shit because of the way Sam was also talking to me, trying to act like I was some rude ass and all this shit when I wasn't.
Solid copy.
Yeah, well, she took up for Sam because of the fact that Sam was who she wanted, and now even she ignores you most of the time because of Sam. She's too busy with Sam. I mean, exactly. But the point is, she didn't have a right talking to me how she did. I know this. That's why I had no issue about it with you on that until you sit there and called me a shit starter for no reason. Because I wasn't a shit starter.
There was a reason.
Not really, because I didn't start it. Not... No, because a shit starter is the one that starts the stuff. I wasn't the one that started it.
Yeah, exactly. Your comment started it.
Yeah, that wasn't being a shit starter, though, because I was talking normal from my end. Okay, well, it's not being a shit starter, nonetheless. It's me talking normal from my way of talking to people. So, it's not being a shit starter. Okay, well, I wouldn't have said it if they wasn't spamming the chat. That's the main point.
It's a fucking group chat, of course.
Yeah, well, I've been in plenty of group chats, and they didn't sit there and do that crap. So whose fault is that? Theirs. That's the main point. If they would learn how to actually talk in a chat properly, and considering the fact that they could have just sat there and talked to each other in a private message. Instead, they want to sit there and spam a chat. I mean, that's the main point, and I even mentioned that to you before. That's my main point. You understand what I'm saying, Katie? They could have been doing private messaging because they were talking to each other one-on-one in a group chat.
Everybody was sitting there saying shit though.
Yeah, well, it doesn't change the fact that they could have actually learned that I was trying to basically say I needed help getting my notifications set. Because that's how I talk. Because apparently my notifications were still popping up even though I did exactly what they mentioned. The only thing I didn't do was log off because I was waiting on your call, and instead of them listening to that, they wanted to be rude.
Requesting raid deployment. Hostile down.
That's the main point. They decided to be rude even though they knew what I was saying. Because I even explained it to them so that they would understand what I was trying to say. And even Angel was messaging me being rude in PM. And I sent you a screenshot of it, but you had me blocked, which I didn't know at the time when I sent you the screenshot. She was messaging me PM being rude behind your back. It wasn't even an outburst, though. That's the thing. I didn't have an outburst till after they got rude. Yeah, well, she's gonna have to learn how to stop assuming shit then. She's the one that's gotta learn to control herself. I mean, I have a right to defend myself, and you don't have a right stopping me from doing so. No, you just tried to control me.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, right.
How the fuck did I try to control you, honestly?
Now, since
You wouldn't let me you sat there and told me that I had to shut up every time I tried to try and defend myself. And you told me I was a yeah, you did, actually. You told me that I was to let it go, to stop doing this, and you demanded I apologize first. You demanded this, you demanded that, because you were defending them when they started it. When I tried to defend myself, you told me that I needed to be quiet and apologize to them. And that they didn't owe me no apology first and all this shit. When they were the ones that started it.
You did start it first.
No, I didn't. My comment was a normal comment for my type of talk. So no, I didn't start it. Yeah, whatever, because that's all you know how to say. Because you don't like that I'm right. How about the fact that you understand what I'm saying because of the fact that you do?
Wraith awaiting orders.
Instead of saying whatever all the time, getting an attitude because you know I'm right? That's the main point. You know I'm right, and yet you still defend your friends over me. You sit there and defend the ones that sit there and ignore you because they're in a relationship when they're sitting there already in a relationship in RL, which is technically being whores and man whores, by the way. When you date another person in IMVU over people that is real life.
I used to do the same shit, so.
Yeah, well, it's still technically being a whore and man whore. And that's the truth.
I'm a whore, thanks.
You don't do it anymore, do you? So no. So don't go twisting it. I'm making a point. Because it's a true point. Yes, I am. You're trying to twist my words. Yes, it is, technically. You get rid of them and find someone else. You don't sit there and stay with them until that. You can get rid of them at any point in time. It's called the law enforcement. It's called force them out of the house and make them find their own place.
In Angel's case, I believe he's kind of abusive, but I could be wrong. I don't remember.
Oh, but it
what her
does.
situation was while she stayed.
Because real law enforcement knows that abusive relationships means jail time. It doesn't matter. That's not the main point.
Yeah, it does matter.
She probably dropped it in the closet or somewhere in there.
Exactly the point.
Just because you don't have proof doesn't mean you can't get the proof.
The cops can't do anything.
Yeah, that's true, but there's a such thing as gathering proof. Instead of sitting there acting like you can't get the proof. Now ain't it?
I'm sorry, but I don't need to slap you.
It's called the bruises. Take it and show it to them.
I'm gonna reload IMU because I am breathing like crazy.
I don't think she's there. It's just you, I, and Jody.
I'll be right back in that room.
Oh no, she's there. She's just quiet.
That's guilt tripping.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna reload IMU, so I'll be right back.
Because I know how it works.
I disagree with it. So, yeah. You gonna
It's called learn to listen.
You don't fucking listen.
I know how law enforcement works. I have family in law enforcement. I have family that's judges and everything.
Why?
Okay, well then your family should know and teach you that. Because real law enforcement knows
You don't.
that...
Whatever.
Okay, no, don't...
We're never in that fucking situation.
Actually, you're wrong. I've been in an abusive relationship before. So don't sit there and say that. You don't know what I've been through yet.
That was fucking. Can't get along. I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Well, technically I just told you what I went through on that. I just didn't go into detail. But you need to stop acting like you're the only one that goes through shit. And that everyone's wrong.
See, you saying shit like that?
Well, it's not shit, technically, because the simple fact of the matter is you sit there and assume that a person hasn't been through anything that you've been through, and you sit there and accuse people of not knowing anything. No, I'm not putting everything on you. So stop twisting my words. I'm saying facts. And you need to learn how to listen to it instead of sitting there acting like that. Because the simple fact is, I know a lot. I don't claim to know everything, but I know a lot. And if there's one thing I know, it's how law enforcement works, because I went through criminal justice on college, so I know how the law fucking works.
So the fuck did I, but...
Okay, well then you should know how the law works instead of assuming that.
And they didn't do fucking shit for me.
Okay, well, the fact of the matter is, did you ever think about showing them the bruises? Because that should be proof enough on the matter.
But they weren't there to actually see it happening. I could have done it myself. That's what they told me.
Well, then they wasn't doing their job. Because if they were doing their job, then yeah.
That the law fucking helps and shit like that.
Well, I mean, if they wasn't doing their job, then they need to get fired. Because that's not doing their job. No, it's not how the real world works. It's how people are idiots and don't know how to do their job. Or they know how to do their job and they're just getting paid off and being dirty cops. Simple as that. But in my area, where I live, the cops know how to do their job and they sit there and don't let themselves get paid off, and they do their job correctly.
Lightning strike on site.
Because they know they'll get fired if they don't.
Nah, I was just a pest. So.
Stand by.
Babe, what's with all the screenshots?
I sent you screenshots of the whole chat log so that people couldn't say I copied the whole chat log. And I made sure in the first few ones that the date was in the chat log.
Fuck yay!
Nomad down.
So I sent you the chat log
Great,
first,
on my
and then I
mark.
sent you screenshots of the whole
Just
chat
the
log.
clusters are now.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And Angel knows I was sending screenshots because I told her that to cover my ass and hers, that now I keep screenshots of things that happened so I couldn't be called trauma. And now I'm telling
Are you
that-
still on about sitting there blaming her for being incorrect or whatever the fuck you were saying? Because she's just
No,
simply...
all I-
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Katie. Point is, she was sitting there just now saying that she was sending me the chat log and both copied and paste, and then she screenshotted it, and she was saying that she told Angel that she was covering both their ass. That way she can't get accused of being lying about anything. So no, she's not going on about the same shit. And the fact of the matter is, you need to learn to stop defending people before you know the truth about your supposed friends who sit there and basically abandon you.
I fucking read the chat for myself. You don't understand that. I was there.
I understand perfectly, but the point is, I'm just saying, your friends are not real good friends. Just saying.
And she doesn't know that I was talking to you. I didn't.
Actually, my friends that I got currently, most of them I can say you're right about, but there's actually some that are actually good friends. So you can't really say that. Because you don't know all my friends. So no, you can't. Until you actually get to know all my friends, you don't have a right to say shit about them.
Enforcer down.
Yeah, well, I've already met Sam. And I've already met Angel. Yeah, actually I did meet Sam on IMVU. Sam is full of shit. And he's also a very bad friend.
I'll be right back.
I didn't say they was shit, I said they were full of shit. There's a difference. So stop twisting my fucking words.
Oh my god.
Don't oh my fucking god me. Okay? You think it's funny, it's not. You laugh about a lot of shit you really shouldn't. Trying to laugh it off like you think it means absolutely nothing. Stop twisting my fucking words. Okay, well then how about you stop twisting my goddamn words and actually listen to what I'm saying and actually stop twisting them to the point that they're the way you want to hear it. Okay? How about that? Because that's what you do.
Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down.
All because you want to defend your stupid friends who sit there and run their fucking mouth treating people that you care about like dirt. And you know it to be true because you've seen the chat log. You want me to stop bringing up the fucking chat? Then actually stop defending your fucking friends. And actually pay attention to what's really going on. How about that? Because I guarantee you, I can tell you this right now. Like I told you, it's not a fucking threat. I can tell you a lot of things that you really wouldn't like. About yourself and about them. That I've observed. I got stuff to say that I don't say because I'm more respectful than that. Unlike you, I actually care about people's feelings, even though I have a tendency to not act like it with my words. So you want me to sit there and actually say what I have to say? I guarantee you won't like it.
Why are we talking?
Because the simple fact is, I'm trying to be respectful and actually keep you as a friend right now. Because I'm trying to actually be here and game with you. I'm trying to sit here and actually be nice to you. After you sat there and treated me like fucking shit over your fucking friends who don't even treat you right.
I told you I apologize for that.
Yeah, you did, and I forgave you for it. But the point is, you're sitting there twisting my fucking words, and that's not right.
No, I'm not.
You did. I just sat and listened to what you said, and it was twisting my fucking words. And that's one thing I don't tolerate from nobody. Just like I don't tolerate disrespect, and I seriously don't tolerate people treating me like fucking dirt, and then their supposed friends want to sit there and defend them, even though you apologized. And I forgave you for it. I'm not going to sit and deal with you twisting my words, period. I mean, I'm trying to be nice here and get you to understand this. Do you understand what I'm saying?